Going back to one of our top stories, Wits University seems to be erupting literally. Our reporter is on standby. Cindy Siwa, thank you for joining us once again. I understand a bus has been set on fire while we're still trying to get a hold of her. Those are live visuals we're getting from Braamfontein, where students allegedly have torched a bus. It appears that criminal elements seem to have infiltrated and hijacked the student protests. As we can see there, the bus is literally on fire. We do not know at the moment if the fire department service has arrived to try and put down the fire. This could have happened a few minutes ago, as students have taken to the streets and making sure that they want to occupy Braamfontein until their voices are heard. Reports there coming in that it appears that criminals also have hijacked this protest. Our reporter is on the ground and we'll try and get a hold of her in a moment to understand exactly how the situation came about. The situation escalated about 3 hours ago when students started firing, the police started firing tear gas and rubber bullets at the students, who were pelting stones right back at the police. And it appears there had been designated safe zones where students had been allowed to protest without any interference with the police or the private security, but that situation soon deteriorated as we saw students running battles with the police, and from then on the situation has deteriorated. The students have been on the streets. The bus has been set on fire. It is not clear at the moment if it is the students who have done this. We'll try to get South African Police Services spokesperson to determine and confirm exactly how this came about. A Patco bus has caught fire at Stanza, Bopapi and Hamilton streets in Pretoria this morning. It is not clear whether there are any injuries or fatalities at the moment. And those are visuals there we're bringing you from Braamfontein, where students who had been protesting the fees must fall a movement seem to have been involved in the burning of this bus, and the details are not clear at this moment. We'll try and get clarity as soon as we get our reporter who is on the ground to explain to us exactly how this came about. We're not sure if the fire department services has arrived, fatalities, or if there has been any casualties at this moment. It is still not very clear. Police presence is very heavy, and they have been firing tear gas and rubber bullets at the students, and criminal elements are being suspected. It appears the protest has turned extremely violent, as the students are resolute that they will continue marching until their demands are met. Let's cross live now to our reporter who's on the ground so we can get clarity as to how the situation came about. Cindy Siwa, thank you for being on standby. It appears the situation has escalated. Visuals there of a bus burning. Do we know how this came about? Cindy Siwa, I do hope that you can hear me. They were still trying to get a hold of our reporter who's on the ground, who has been covering this protest from the morning, to try and explain to us exactly how the situation has escalated to the point of a Patco bus there that is literally burning, and no casualties have been reported or no fatalities. But I understand that it appears the businesses around the area have been affected, and they've had to close operations for the day as the students have taken to the streets. Roads there have been blockaded, and the police are still running battles with the students students. They continue to fire rubber bullets to try and disperse the students. Stun grenades have been fired from a couple of hours ago, and it appears the police are continuing with their operations to try and maintain peace.
Then they rush to benefit from the sweat of
I don't know if she's there. I understand we have our on the phone line now. Sindisiwe, I do hope you can hear me now. Could you please explain to us the situation? We saw a bus that is burning. How did the situation degenerate to this point?
A very good afternoon to you, Audrey. I can't say the same for the students as well as residents here in Braamfontein at Bertha Road. The entire road has been barricaded by students. What we have seen, unfortunately, in terms of casualties, is that the Holy Trinity Catholic Church pastor has been shot. He's currently receiving medical services. We hear that has been shot by the police in the midst of all the altercations that have been happening here. What we've also seen is that some students have sought refuge within the building of the Holy Trinity Church Catholic Church. On the streets of Bertha, we've also seen that cars that are passing by have been shot at with stones or thrown at with stones by students. We also saw that police are trying to make their way in here, but they're not able to come into the premises. Students are watching from the sidelines, and others are still on the streets carrying stones, basically wanting to retaliate to whoever or whatever passes by this Bertha Street. What we're also seeing is just up the road at Mandela Bridge, there's been a barricading. So from Bertha Street at the entrance till right about the sign written Newtown, or where Mandela Bridge starts, is where the barricading is happening. Cars, taxis, all types of vehicles are trying to find alternative routes, moving away as students have been throwing stones. Students also have barricades on their faces, basically to cover themselves from any altercations they might have with the police. As I'm talking right now, I'm running in order to seek coverage or refuge. I'm here at the Holy Trinity Church now to basically view what students are doing here.
Sindisiwe, who could have possibly set fire to this bus? I mean, when we saw the students protesting, was there any indication that some of the students could have been carrying any kind of weaponry that could ignite fire?
I cannot say who actually started the fire. I cannot. But what we do know is that a Padco bus has been set alight. Currently, the situation is tense. Students are trying to sort cover, and police might be coming to the vicinity very soon.
Where is the leadership in all of this? Is there some kind of, coordination with the students to try and understand exactly what they're trying to achieve and where they're going from here? Also, very quickly, if you can tell us if the fire department has arrived to try and douse the fire.
Yes, for the longest time we did not see where the SRCs had went when the protest action started, or when the protest action rather had escalated. But right now in the background we're seeing Fasia, we're seeing Busiswa, we're seeing other student leaders that have been in the forefront of the Fees Must Fall protest, basically at the Trinity Catholic Church, trying to find refuge or trying to find a way forward in order to seek protection for the students. As of the fire department, yes, we are seeing that they have come to the party as well. We further heard that emergency medical services have also arrived at the Great Hall. Some of them are dispersed or put in different parts of 3 different campuses, rather, in order to assist hurt students. Speaking to them off air, they did say that them coming onto the scene is a call by students and also things they've seen on the TV. But in terms of Wits had not called any medical services to come assist in the situation, even after tear gas had been dispersed.
And the businesses around this area, I understand, they've had to close down. Have you spoken to any of the business owners to try and understand exactly how they're feeling about this? Are they feeling threatened by the students, or have they just closed down? Do they feel safe? What is their way forward?
The doors for most stores within Bertha Street have been closed. Nobody's letting anyone in to basically not even come in for refuge. Basically, they're trying to protect themselves as far as possible, because we know the first thing a person does is to protect themselves and then answer questions later. So none of the business owners have been willing to speak as of yet because of obvious fear.
Right, Sindisiwe, you will keep us updated as to the situation on the ground there. Particular bus has been burnt in Braamfontein. A suspicion that the students could have been a part of that, and we'll try to get a reaction from South African Police Services as well. No fatalities have been recorded so far. Emergency services are on the ground in case there's a need for an emergency in terms of medical assistance in case anyone was hurt. Police presence is still very heavy on the ground, and I understand they have started investigations as to try and figure out how this fire could have started.